Back again with another episode of The Real Deal. I'm Sam.
I'm Nick.
I'm Naz.
And today I'm so excited for this one. We have
Marina Efstathiadis.
Welcome, Marina.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, guys.
so long overdue. I can't even explain my excitement. Marina, I'm just going to dive into it. The people want to know about you. Who is Marina? What are you doing? Catch us up. All things Marina.
Okay. Whoa, there's a lot.
I know it's a big question, but yeah, just give it to us.
All right. Well, I am a real estate agent in Toronto. I've been doing this for almost 7 years. I've lived in the city my whole entire life. So I'm a city girl. Like, give me the concrete jungle. I'm all for it. It's actually funny. Like, people were like, you just went to New York instead of like going to Florida. Everyone's going to Florida in the winter. And I'm like in New York happy because I'm just like city girl completely. And I recently started my clothing line called Made Apparel. I called it that because it's like a made woman. Yes, you're wearing it.
Right now. Look at that.
This is my favorite crew because of the affirmation on it.
I literally love this crew.
Yeah.
It says everything works in my favor.
Yeah. I was going through a lot when I designed this one. I was going through a breakup that was pretty public. For anyone who's a real estate agent, I'm pretty sure you know about the breakup. Fine, though. It worked out for the better, I guess.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason, and everything works in my favor. And it's just, that's why I designed this. So
just love and grow.
Yeah, but started a clothing line, and it's been going well. I'm super pumped for it and to see where it goes. There's a lot of things in the works right now, and yeah.
Okay. So I don't even know where to start. I'm like collecting all my thoughts right now. So you said you're a realtor. How did you get into the fashion and clothing world? Tell us about
clothing.
How that started.
I'm a realtor as well.
Yeah, and how did you become a realtor? Like you're like a big woman influencer and entrepreneur. So
Thank you.
I think I want to use this time to kind of highlight that and influence other girls who are maybe struggling or looking for that influencer to give them that hope to show that there's so much you can do in life.
Yeah, thank you. So I was working corporate. I used to work for Scotiabank for 5 years, and then I worked for a software company, and I was a project management coordinator. And I loved it. And income-wise, I was making really good money for being 22 years old out of school and working for a software company. I was within like the first 6 months traveling to Vegas. I did a conference in front of like 400 people, which I was the youngest in the company to do something like that. But I just quickly realized that every time I would go to work, I would finish all of my tasks by like 12, 1 o'clock. And I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here wasting my time until 5 p.m. when I could be doing so much more with my life. Like, not for anything. Also, going grocery shopping and doing all that on the weekend sucks while everyone else is doing it. I wanted to become an entrepreneur so I could go on a Monday when everyone's back to work.
Yeah.
Little things like that, you know what I mean? Or like booking your doctor's appointment and having to take like a day off, and that's like part of your vacation time. I was just like, this is not the life for me.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I love the people I work with. I love what I'm doing, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
So I decided to start serving, because anyone who's trying to start a career in anything and become an entrepreneur, I think serving is the best way to start that. I was studying for real estate, which took me about 1.5 years. And then I started serving, and I was making good cash. I got to take my vacation time whenever I wanted.
Yeah.
And I also got to network with people and build my database for real estate.
Probably met a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. Then I became a realtor full time, quit serving, obviously, and just went full force into real estate. And the reason why I chose real estate was because I was having a conversation with my dad one day, and he was just like, why don't you consider doing real estate? And I love helping people. It's not even so much about the houses, because at the end of the day, it becomes kind of repetitive. The houses are the same at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I think it's the rush from
helping
someone, right? Helping a family, seeing someone happy.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what was exciting me. Like the fact that even like when I first started, I did a lot of leases, and I got to help a lot of immigrants coming into this country and help them find places. Like they're scrambling, they're staying in hotels, and it was hard, don't get me wrong, because those are really hard like clients to help. But it was so rewarding at the end of the day. And I think that was what kind of like kept me going for like as long as I have in this industry, because it's pretty like cutthroat and it's a rat race, right?
I always say that leases make you a good agent. I think I run around the office saying that sometimes because like look where you are today because of that and because of the work you put in, and you're not afraid to do that. And I think that's trickled into all other aspects of your entrepreneurial life, which
absolutely
you can take us through and get us more into.
Okay, so, and no, but you're right though, I still do leases to this day. I love helping people with leases. A lot of my clients now are people who are part of like the music industry in Toronto and stuff, and like it's so much fun because then we go out together and those are my clients. Like I have a condo listed right now from people that I like rave with, you know what I mean? Like how crazy is that? I get to dress how I want to work. I get to be who I am. I'm not putting on this like facade of like,
you show up as your authentic self.
Yeah, if I need to wear track pants to showings too sometimes, I will. I get to wear my own brand now.
Own brand, yeah. But I think actually that can connect to we were talking before about social media, and like I think your clients are maybe comfortable because you do such a good job of portraying who you are and letting people get to know who you are through your social media.
I deleted social media last year for 2 weeks and I ended up losing a listing from it because someone who had followed me couldn't find me. And when I got it back, she was like, I'm so sorry, I was going through divorce. And I'm like, shoot, like next time Google my name. But also I get it, right? You're scrambling and stuff. But I deleted it because I was so fed up with seeing so much BS on there, like the fakeness.
You can swear.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is unfiltered.
Yeah, you see a lot of bullshit.
You see a lot of bullshit out there. Yeah.
I try not to swear because like I literally every time I say a curse word, I'm like, God forgive me. Like I'm being like, if I'm gonna sin in certain ways, I'm gonna try my best not to sin in ways I can control it. Because I used to have a big potty mouth. And it's not ladylike.
Well, there's a lot of fucking garbage. I'm not ladylike. How about that?
There's a lot of bullshit.
There's a lot of garbage.
No, it's just like seeing like the fakeness and everything. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like I hate social media. I hate it. When I ended up getting it back, I promised myself I would only use it to add value, to inspire, and to be completely authentic and real. Like when I'm having a bad day and I'm depressed,
and that's exactly
I showcase that.
What you do, literally.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly
what
you do. And like, again, there's a lot of fakers out there. A lot of people just putting, again, bullshit out there just to put something out there.
Pretending to be people they're not, like.
And I think what makes you is that the fact that you show up here, the same person you're going to show up on social media and anywhere else you go today, right? Like you are authentically yourself. Doesn't matter where you're showing up.
Yeah, I'm not doing it for any clout or anything like that. I'm literally doing it to like unite and like inspire other women.
And it's working.
Yeah.
Like I'm fully here wearing your sweater and like I think that was your brand was like our first connection. I think that was your first sale.
Oh yeah, you came to oh my god,
yeah. You wrote it on the note, right? Because I was following you for so long. And I was like always so inspired by the stuff you were doing. And I was like, oh, she's like such a boss woman. Like, I hope that I can get to that point. So when you launched your brand, I was like, I'm so buying this sweater. I love the meaning behind it. So maybe we can talk a little bit about the meaning of your brand, right? And
thank you,
talk
Sam.
about it.
Honestly, I'm happy that I met you and your sister too. Like I met you guys through social media, literally.
We literally
at the end of the day.
That's why we were saying like the social media has a lot of power.
It
whether
does.
you're being real, fake, whatever. But I think it was the authenticity that drew us all together.
And you're also a boss, babe. Are you kidding me? I look up to you now. I'm like, this girl's killing it in real estate. She's crushing it, and like she's so young. It's actually insane.
I know, but it's definitely hard when you're trying to wean through the bullshit and just put the blinders up and get to where you want to go. And like you've done a great job of showing that.
Thank you. Yeah. So Made Apparel started. It started. My dad almost passed away. He had a brain aneurysm, and it was really, really scary. And like my dad is like my hero. He's like my life. Okay. And then within that month and a half of him going through surgery and everything, my partner at the time had broken up with me, and it was just awful, right? And then my mom also got diagnosed with breast cancer. So within 2 months, my whole entire life was I was a wreck. And back then, this was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I didn't know how to like cope with my depression because I've suffered from depression and anxiety my whole entire life. It's been a year now where, guys, I have not hit rock bottom. And like I had hit rock bottom at that point, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like wake up tomorrow. That's how bad it got.
Wow.
But I pushed through it, and like I didn't touch real estate for, no joke, 5 months. I didn't open MLS for 5 months. I was like declining clients. Like I was like, I can't do real estate because real estate reminded me of my ex, because we did real estate together. Like it reminded me of him. He was my best friend when we first started dating. And I'm okay, like, you know, nothing bad to say about him, but this is like my experience. And like I do think that I should be able to talk about this without feeling like uncomfortable or anything, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, anytime I force myself to just put on a pair of like leggings and like a cute fit, okay, nothing like crazy, I would do like my outfit of the day mirror post, which I still love doing
it.
to this day. Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Oh, thank you.
Gives me the inspo.
I love doing them. And I would notice like girls would comment and be like, what are you wearing? I love what you're wearing. And I started to build a community through fashion. And I was like, you know what? This is I have a passion for this stuff. I love getting dressed up. Like, I love being comfy, but also chic and like being able to conquer my day. So that's when I started Made Apparel. And yeah. And it's funny because in the dictionary, it said like made, assured success or fortune. And then it said underneath a made man. Well, I think we can change that and say we're made women and we don't need to rely on any man.
True.
But I'm not a feminist in any way. I believe in gender roles completely. My mother cooks, cleans, she's a stay-at-home wife, she's a homemaker, okay?
Yeah.
I believe in gender roles completely. I believe there's roles in a relationship. But I do believe that women, because we are so nurturing naturally and we take care of our family and our partner, we tend to forget sometimes to take care of ourselves. So my brand is all about reminding women to also like take care of yourself. Go to that Pilates class. Like maybe don't cook dinner tonight. Go to that class. Go treat yourself to that Starbucks coffee or that lip gloss you really want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go for a walk.
nice.
Take a nap. Like, you know what I mean? Like, relax. Like, watch a movie.
Exactly. And like
Yeah.
the pieces I've designed are versatile that, you can wear with dressier stuff, or you can dress it up or dress it down to the gym, go to your class, like
true.
whatever it is you want to do with it.
You've made such a versatile brand that I think any female girl can wear and relate to. Also, boys, you can wear sweaters too. It's cute too.
So many guys have asked me, they're like, are you coming out with like a men's line? I'm like, not yet. I'm for the girls. Maybe I might do something unisex later on, but no, not right now.
Well, as long as there's like a chocolate brown color, I will be.
I have the chocolate brown one too.
You do. That's the original one.
Yeah.
If I could ask you a question, I find that I hear more and more. I find it's much more prevalent in today's society. A lot of people battling anxiety and depression and things of that nature. It's not something I deal with, but it's something that people in my family deal with. How do you compartmentalize or cope on a day-to-day basis? Because in our industry, it is very, very much, there is no room for anxiety. There is no room for depression. You kind of have to be on at all times. So how do you find that the energy and the courage to battle through that every day? Because it is something that people experience on a daily basis, right?
It really is. And I can confidently like say right now that this is the first time that I haven't gotten really bad seasonal depression where like my thoughts are like overpowering. And I think the reason why I had personally had depression and anxiety is because I didn't know my why and I didn't know where my life was going.
Wow.
Huge point.
It's powerful.
And and it took me 32 years to recognize that though. From going to like not being able to move and get out of my bed 2 years ago, certain for like weeks upon weeks. And seasonal depression is also a huge thing too, right?
Yeah.
But I think I just realized what my why is, what feeds me. And I don't care if I'm not making the amount that I want to be making at this current point in my life with my brand.
It's not about that.
It makes me happy even if I'm making absolutely nothing, which I'm not. But like, do you know what I mean? Like it's the passion. It's like, I have my purpose. I have my why.
Yeah.
I'm helping others and
It's your passion.
it's my passion. And that's what drives me. And I was a couple of weeks ago, for some reason, I started getting like feeling the like tingles of like depression coming. And I'm like, holy, what's going on here? And it was because I was burning out a little bit. I was working 16, 18-hour days and I wasn't making time for the gym. So like the best advice I can give anyone who's going through it is your mind and your body, like it's so important to take care of them. Like you need to be going for your walks. Even if you don't like working out, do the 10,000 steps a day if you can, you know what I mean? And eat clean if you can, like, because everything you're putting into your body or like what you feed your mind, it's going to affect it.
Yep.
And I was able to literally switch it. Like I literally could have easily fallen into a really dark hole and I didn't. And I also listened to a podcast that's by Girls Gone Bible. And I really turned to my faith a lot this year.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a big thing.
Well, that's
for,
good.
Yeah,
Huge.
for a lot of people.
it's, and I don't like pushing it on people, but like for me, when I'm feeling like this, I literally just will like pray to God and just say, guide me right now. Like I want to rebuke all the negative thoughts in my head, because negative thoughts sometimes can be portrayed as like, it's like war of the mind. It could be
So
you're
true.
fighting demons in your head. Like they maybe see like you're doing well and trying to bring you down somehow, right?
Yeah. I always say it helps when you believe in something bigger than you and know that there's more, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when your faith comes in, right?
Yeah.
Believe that it's bigger than you and like it gets you through. I don't know if somehow it makes sense
I'm not
to me,
an
but
ultra religious guy. Like
Neither-
obviously,
I'm
I'm
not
Roman Catholic.
either,
Like I
but
don't go to
I'm
church
the
and
same.
stuff. But actually, Denzel Washington said in an interview, he said, "If the devil leaves you alone, you know you're doing something wrong."
Yeah.
Right?
So true.
The devil goes, "He's good."
Yeah.
Or she's good. You know
Yeah.
you're doing
Yeah,
something
yeah.
wrong, right?
Exactly.
Which is crazy to think
So
about.
anyone
but
who's
it's a
going
good
through
saying.
depression or anything, maybe think to yourselves like you guys are right. You're maybe leveling up, or you're about to dive into something so amazing, and it's just evil trying to mess with you, and that could be evil in any form, people, friendships, anything, trying to bring you down. So you kind of just got to cut it off and have faith, or if you're spiritual, just. Man, I like to journal too, obviously. Journaling,
Yeah.
all of that. That's part of my morning routine. It's a non-negotiable.
You mentioned something very interesting about your why, and that's something as a team we preach
We're
about.
big on
Yeah,
that.
we train on it.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do we do what we do? Why do we get
Yeah.
up every morning?
Yeah.
Why do we do this?
What's your purpose? Like
What
why
is
are you
your
here?
purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to hear your story and understand, everything that you've been through, and that why was so strong, and like our team leader says, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong.
That it's not strong enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, kudos to you for going through all that, and
Thank
that
you.
why was what continued, you to pursue it and move
Thank
forward.
you.
So
Thank you.
I think
it's
you
very
have to.
inspiring.
It's hardcore.
Thank
yeah.
you.
I think you have to see yourself in your rawest form to be able to come to a place where you're comfortable with saying all this and like so confident and sure of what you've been through, right? And like that is like huge, like
Thank-
props to you, girl. Like,
The good thing
like,
about rock bottom is you can only go up.
you can only go
Exactly.
up. Yeah.
There's nowhere
yeah.
else to go.
And
Yeah.
like
You can
look
only
at
go up.
like just look at. I've only known you for a short period of time, but what you've done in that short period of time is like amazing, and like what you're gonna do in the next is like who knows, right? Like because it's
Thank
crazy.
you.
So maybe you could tell us like what you're working on, maybe some of your plans, and where you see future Marina. What's your game plan?
Okay. Oh my gosh. So it's so funny. Your sister was over the other day too, and she was just like, "You literally pick up all the calls and like are giving everyone advice all the time."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, long term, what I see like in the next 3 years is I definitely want to get into like some form of coaching for women to help them with mindset."
Associate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I wanna
someone
s-
we think you should meet.
Yeah.
We just had her on the podcast.
Oh, Liz, we'll talk about her after.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to definitely be throwing women's events. This summer, we're going to be doing like made girl walks and just like doing stuff
coming.
like that. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm slowly starting a blog as well. That will be like a Monday inspo blog that like helps you jumpstart your week, has challenges, and
Love it. I love it.
podcast recommendations for mindset and everything. But these are all in the works. And then, yeah, I have summer designs coming, which I'm so excited for.
Take
And
my money.
and there might even be some baby clothing coming so that daughters can match their moms.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
cute.
in the
You're
works
cute.
as well. Yeah,
You know what? You're gonna hit a market.
I'm getting
You
to the
do-
age too. I'm like, I might have
Yeah.
a baby in like 3 years. Who knows,
You-
right?
You're hitting the right market. That's all I know.
Thank
Like
you.
anything moms and kids,
Yeah.
they love it.
Yeah, because a lot of ladies have reached out to me and they're like, do something where we can match with our daughters. And I'm like, that would be so cute because
That's
I would
actually-
love to match with my daughter.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. So guys, I'm so sorry. We're going to put you guys on hold for now. But
The kids are
I
coming
think we're okay.
first.
We're okay with
we're
that.
not invited to this walk.
No, we're not invited to the walk.
Do a
here,
collab
unfortunately.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a collab.
Okay, yeah. So you've had a very interesting story. So maybe you offer me, my sister, everyone I know so much advice, but maybe you can offer some of our listeners some advice for building your business, building a meaningful and authentic brand. Because I think you are the perfect example of doing that. So even though all the shit you've been through and like, regardless of that, how have you built this brand? How have you like...
honestly, like I would say that a lot of it has to do with the amazing women I connect with on Instagram and social media. Like that drives me. It just inspires me when I get messages like, you're helping me get through my breakup. This is so inspiring. Like, that's what drives me. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing something. Even if I can help one person, I'm happy. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Right? I guess the best advice if you're looking to start a business, it's you gotta literally start with figure out who your circle is, and if you don't have people who are cheering for you and who want to see you win, I'm telling you right now, cut them out. I don't care if they're family members even, because that is going to hold you back completely. You cannot progress in life if you are surrounded by people who are not wanting to see you win. Like, I want to see all my friends win. When they're winning, I'm winning. And that's how I look at life. And then find your why, find your purpose, like what inspires you, and kind of go from there. If I guess you're looking to start a business, and get mentorship as well. Like I did some, like, even if it's you don't have the money to find the mentorship, there's so much videos on YouTube that can teach you. Like, I watched hours and hours and hours of like YouTube videos trying to figure out how to do certain things.
Yeah.
And everything is there. It's available. It's online. It's free. We live in a 2024.
I know the world is literally at your fingertips with this stuff. So yeah. Okay, so when it comes to real estate and your fashion brand, how do you juggle that, like, on a day-to-day? Because I know, like, a lot of people want to do it all, and I know I'm someone who struggles with having so much going on, but how do you balance and maintain that?
So my mornings up until probably around like 1 are real estate, everything real estate. I don't compromise that. So I wake up in the morning, I journal, and then I'm doing all real estate related stuff.
You're like non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables. I have to.
Yeah.
That's when I have the most energy as well.
So you set up your perfect week. This is what we call
We
our
train on my perfect week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
oh, if you see my calendar, it's color coordinated, like with colors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So you're
everything.
definitely like an A type
I'm
personality,
type
like
A
super,
to the max. Yeah.
super organized, super efficient.
I don't really like breaking rules or anything.
No,
like,
it
I'm
has to
kind
be.
of by the book,
This
you
is the
know?
way it is.
I couldn't tell. You
We're
didn't even want to
sticking to
swear.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I usually will like make time for my mental at that point. That's an appointment to myself. It's with a client who is myself, and I'll go to the gym, I'll get my workout in, and then I come home, I'll make my food, and then I start working on my clothing line stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's my day. And obviously real estate is all throughout the day, but like I dedicate like 2 to 3 hours every morning to it.
I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna leave the guys with this one of them.
Yeah.
As a woman, being like in business, what are some of the challenges you face? And I know we work in a male-dominated industry, so I know some of the shit I've been through.
Yeah.
I also know some of the shit you've been through, but maybe what are some of the challenges you face, and how, like, I know we've overcome it, so maybe we don't have to touch upon that, but how have you overcome it, right?
Yeah. So being a woman in this industry, a lot of men sometimes will try to, like, you know, they're like tire kickers at the end of the day, like promise, oh, let's do showings, and then they try to like hit on you or like make a move on you, or it's like, hey, I want to pick your brain about some stuff, and then it ends up being like a dinner date kind of, and you're just like, what the fuck
is going on?
I'll say F for that one.
Have you guys ever done that?
Those are the Instagram douchebags. That's what she was referring to.
Don't be an Instagram douchebag. It's so embarrassing. I saw this meme.
I had to put it out there because like we see shit out there all the time. Like,
yeah, you gotta literally be strong. Like, I have literally put my clients, like I have clients who've like tried to make a pass on me, and like I've put them in their place.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then I don't get awkward the next time I take them out, because it's not going to be awkward. If anything, I put you in your place. I showed you,
I don't
like,
even think the clients are the bad ones. It's the other male agents.
the other male agents.
Well, I mean, look,
Who don't take
especially
You're great though. Like,
well, thanks.
I haven't done a deal with you yet. So
Yeah, you don't want to do a deal with me.
Not yet.
No, but I think, look, social media and television have really affected the way men perceive this industry, right?
Yeah.
In a sense that everybody thinks they're a celebrity.
Like selling sunsets.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
like
100%.
selling sunset or like $1 million
But I
listings.
feel like
Everybody
women
thinks they're a
don't
celebrity.
take it that seriously. Like,
Yeah.
But you have
the
to
women,
understand-
females I know, female agents I know, I don't think they like.
But
Because
social
you're
media is a
attracting women like that
do we
into your
act
life.
like
But
selling
social
sunset?
media is a very different thing for women, like a very different vehicle for women than it is for men, right?
Yeah.
I would
They're
agree.
fundamentally
I would agree.
different.
That's true.
If a woman gets 10,000 followers, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But if a guy gets 10,000 followers, his head is like the size of this
Oh,
room, right? Like,
guys,
it's
don't
a
even-
different beast.
Don't start with the
And
ego
then-
and freaking
and then
Instagram. I'm very familiar with it.
But to be a realtor, you already have an ego.
yeah.
It's so true.
Like, it's like lawyers and realtors. You have egos. They just
all-
do.
yeah,
I
we
don't
all
know
do.
why, but we all do.
I
all
think
do.
You
we
know.
need to humble some people on
100%.
social media and just say
For
it's
sure.
just Instagram.
humble
Like
realtors.
apparently the solar, there's something like a hole in the solar and we might lose internet. What are you guys gonna do then? You're not gonna have the cloud anymore.
Right.
I didn't even
Right.
know.
No,
Who
but
are
you're right.
you after
So-
that? What's your
What happened
identity
to the
after
cloud
that?
after that?
There's a lot of
I don't know. There's a way to
douchebag
use
realtors.
it in a
Like,
good
a
way,
lot.
and there's a way to use it where you look like a fucking asshole. There's
okay,
different.
we're good
It's all
with
good. But yeah, like there's different vehicles for social
But
media.
Sam, the thing is, like, there's people out there who literally know that those guys are like douchebags and they make fun of them. Do you know what I mean? So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
but that's another avenue, right?
Yeah.
Is to be
Yeah.
the pretend douchebag.
I'm all
but
about the
really,
creativity. Like I'm out there looking like who knows on TikTok what people say about me, but yeah, like sometimes we gotta know our limits
And play within it?
We gotta know our limits, like
I
what
don't
we're
know.
doing.
I'm social media like scares the shit out of me. It
Oh no,
scares
he
me in
sees one
every
hate comment on
avenue.
like one of our videos
Oh,
from
I
the
couldn't
team, and
do
he's
it.
like,
I
"How do you
couldn't
sleep
do-
at night?
Oh. I
Someone's
couldn't do
calling you a
social
trust
media.
fund
But I think
baby." The
that's just
furthest
your
thing from
personality.
it. And
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
couldn't do
couldn't
social
with
media.
that.
I couldn't deal with
you
it.
can grow thick skin. Like people
I
have,
have very thick skin, but I'm like also like
I-
I have a huge ego. So
well, we gotta
have-
work on the ego thing then. Come on.
Tone it down.
just
Maybe you
kidding, but-
shouldn't start social
yeah,
media.
no kidding. No,
It's
I
not for
definitely
everyone,
don't
Ness.
have social media. I do, but I just don't use it.
You know what?
We're similar
I'm
in that
in the
regard.
same.
Yeah, we're similar in that regard.
It kind of like, it's kind of funny because like sometimes people will comment on like my TikToks and be like, you're literally in your 30s, you're washed out, like good luck, like you're gonna be a miserable cat lady. I'm like, I'm already a cat lady and I have whiskers tattooed on me. Thank you so much.
You know, like those ones like get me going. Like
No,
Like,
I
I don't care about it.
But I think also
No,
there's
I
a
laugh.
there's a fear
Same.
attached to starting it because I like we don't know how. So I think there's also a fear attached to
okay,
like
so this
doing
is,
it.
I feel like this is
right?
how it goes. You put up the first video, you get your first couple hate comments. You feel a little bit like, am I gonna do it again next time? Then you do it again. Next one pops up, and you're like, okay, the hate comments don't even matter anymore
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many pros to this, and the cons just go away.
Yeah.
If
as
you
a
have
result.
haters, that means you're winning.
You're doing
Because
something
like you're
good.
doing something where someone even feels inclined to like comment on your
Yeah.
thing. Any PR is good PR, guys. At
True.
the end of the day,
even
Very
for
true.
someone to say something about you, that's like, why am I even on your head? Like,
yeah, you're going
Yeah.
out of your way to message me. How lonely are you at home behind that phone? And like probably you're like
Super
some
lonely.
old dude, like
Facts.
literally hating yourself
yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can't get laid.
Oh, well.
you get
There's-
somebody
that's
with
fair.
0 followers.
Yeah, and I think there's just, at least for me, I know for you too, you're in a similar boat. You don't really love social media.
Well, my real estate game is a little bit different than yours.
That's
or
fine.
than you
I
guys in
call
general.
bullshit. You can
I
make social
call
media
bullshit
work
too.
for
Fuck
anything
you.
you want. Look at Marina, for example. You're building not just a real estate brand, she has a lifestyle brand. She's showing who she is
Mm-hmm.
and she's being authentic. You don't have to just post real estate all day. Who's Nicholas?
No, but
Who's
I'm
Naz?
saying
don't know.
I'm saying everyone has their niche in certain things.
It's
right?
true, it's true.
It's not necessarily mine. It's not necessarily the way
But-
I drive business. Can it be an additional avenue? Of course.
Yes.
Is it something that I can focus more on? Of course.
Everybody.
But if you're doing well and you're happy with what you're doing,
Then-
honestly,
Yeah, no,
I would
Yeah,
stick
you don't-
to what you're
100%.
doing.
And it's something
100%.
we talk about too, right?
Yeah.
Stick,
Stick to what
stick to what
works.
works.
Stick to, yeah. But she's right. Like, it's like, hi, my name is Marina. I'm a real estate agent, but before I'm that, I'm a fashion enthusiast. Like, that's who I am. And that's what I
This is
show.
my life. I like
Yeah.
to travel. These are my friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I like when people show that personality and who they are
Yeah.
in their brand. I think that's what makes you you. That's why I want to work with you. That's why I want to buy your brand. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I
thank
want
you.
to go for lunch with you and be your friend. Like, you know what I mean?
We
Like,
need a sushi date again.
yeah, we do.
It's my treat next
Sorry.
time.
Sorry, you guys can come.
That's all. I don't like sushi anymore.
Me neither.
Okay. But yeah, I barely post anything real. I used to be so scared to showcase like me going out, me raving. Like, I'm a techno girl. Like, I love techno.
Wow.
Okay. Like, I love
Proud.
going to festivals. I love raving. I love doing all of that. I used to be so scared showcasing that side of me before. And I used to like only do professional stuff on Instagram. And in the last year and a half, I'm like, wait, I don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I've built my database. I have my referral base. I don't even have a CRM system. I literally just work off of my referrals and like the people I know, and I'm happy with that. Like I don't need more than that, right?
Yeah.
And now I get to showcase who I am. I get to go have
But
fun.
that's what works for you.
Yeah.
Right? You're doing what works for you. So I think when you find, again, going back to it, when you find what works for you, you gotta just you
go
gotta
with
run
it.
honestly.
Yeah. I love looking at your stuff too. Like you make me laugh. I'm literally like, she's freaking frying paper on a frying pan right now. What was it? It was so funny. Like
Yeah, I do some wild stuff, but I think it's just getting yourself out of your comfort zone. And that was my biggest thing with social media. But then I have so many influencers around me. I have you, I have Fern, I have my sister, like people who are posting all the time, showing me that like put your face out there, like it's okay, right? I think once you get comfortable with that, you become comfortable with yourself, with your brand, and you want to do it all the time, right? Like, and people want to see your face. Like when I don't post, people are like, "Hey, you didn't post today." Like
the people who are there and supporting, you're doing it for them. You're not, and like the ones that like fall off and unfollow, thank you for unfollowing
like,
me. You know what I mean?
the ones that don't follow but look at my stories, I see you, like, and I know who you are.
All the fake accounts.
But it's all good. Like you're still supporting me from afar.
Exactly. Thanks for increasing my engagement.
Yeah, like, thank you. It's all good. I want you to like my content. I want you to see it. That's why I'm putting it out there. That's my point.
Keep
right?
sharing it too. Like keep sharing everything. It's great. You're increasing
The ones
the
that
stories
don't
and
follow
views.
you but look at everything, share it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're increasing your engagement.
So
Great.
if you had a piece of advice to give to someone who's trying to start their social media game, what would be your piece of advice?
Be completely authentic, be consistent, don't give a crap about what anyone else thinks or says because you're not doing it for anyone but yourself, essentially, and for the people you are doing it for, which is, that comes from yourself. That's your why, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. Be consistent and don't be you. Don't be somebody else. Don't be fake. Don't pretend to be somebody that you're not. There's too much of that going on in the world right now. And also, if you are posting on social media, don't forget to also engage. Like it's not just about like you posting and then you not commenting and engaging on other people's stuff, because naturally no one's going to want to comment on your things if you're not supporting their business as well.
So true.
So many people are
You want
like,
to build a community.
yeah, you're building a community. It doesn't matter how many likes you're getting, how many comments you're getting. It matters how many people you're actually influencing at the end of the day.
Actively talking to. Yeah. I think that's a really good segue into
I
our
agree.
final and favorite question of the day. Which is, what makes you the real deal?
What makes me the real deal?
Yeah.
I think what makes me the real deal is the circle of people I have in my life and the friends that I have in my life, because they're the ones that have picked me up literally off of the ground and helped me, and I would not be able to have done life without them and my family. That's my circle. That's what makes me the real deal.
That's
a
you.
good answer.
Good answer.
Good
I haven't
answer.
heard that one yet. I don't think that's a good answer.
No, and you know what? That's like the best answer. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
so
really good
true.
answer.
Like you're nothing without your people, without your
network.
family, your friends, and the people who want to see you win, like you said before.
And I want to see them win, and all my
we-
girls are winning this
We
year, and
want to see
I'm
you
loving
win.
it.
We always want to
Thank
see you
you.
That's a great
win.
answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was so good.
Thank you.
I love the energy in here.
We
You brought
appreciate you
such
coming.
good vibes.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
It was good.
Well, I can't wait for the world to see who Marina is. Thank you
and
so much for
where
coming.
can they
How
find your
can they
merch,
get in
contact
contact with you or
do
buy
all
your
that stuff?
brand or reach out to you?
So I have a website. It's www.madeapparel.ca, and yeah, you can find everything on there, or follow me on my regular Instagram account, and all the links are in there as well.
And then we'll have it below too for you guys.
Beautiful.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching. Until next time.
That's the real deal.
It's the real deal.